Good morning, students. Today we shall be beginning a third chapter, Journey to the End of the Earth, written by Tishani Doshi. About the author, if we talk, Tishani Doshi was born in the city formerly known as Madras in 1975, and she was published six books of poetry and fictions. Her essays, poems, and short stories have been widely anthologized in 2012 when she represented India at the historic gathering of world's poets for the poetry Panarisses at the South Bank Centre, London. She is also recipient of an Eric Gregory Award of the Poetry and the winner of all Indian poetry competition at and her first book Countries of the Body won the prestigious Forward Prize of the Best First Collection in 2006. Tishani's debut novel The Pleasure Seekers was shortlisted from Hindu Literary Prizes and longlisted for the Orange Prize and International Impact Dubai Literary Award. She currently lives in the beach between the two fishing villages in Tamil Nadu with her husband and three dogs. And now if we talk about the journey to the end of the earth, this is the chapter where she's concerned to the condition of the earth, the deteriorating condition of the earth, and she says we should teach our coming generation the condition how at the very fast rate it is losing its health, and this is what it is. And she says if you really want to know about the condition, the present condition, the past and the future of the earth, we must visit the Antarctic. And this is a story about this, the study for the earth. In its If we introduce this chapter in Journey of the End of the Earth, Tishan Doshi describes the journey to the coldest, driest and windiest continent in the world, Antarctica. The world's geological history is trapped in Antarctica, and Geoff Green, Students of the Ice, programs it at the taking school students to the ends of the world. And Doshi thinks that Antarctica is a place to go and understand the earth present, past and the future. Here she tries to describe that Antarctica is a real place where the visit of the students could make them aware with the present, past and the future of the earth. Now if we move up with the detailed summary of this chapter, first is journey that begins. The narrator boarded a Russian research ship known as academic Shokalevsky, and it was heading towards the coldest, driest and windiest continent in the world, Antarctica. His journey begins at 13.09 degrees north to the equator in Madras, now known as Chennai, and he crossed 9 time zones, six checkpoints, three bodies of the water, and at least three ecospheres. He traveled over 100 hours in car, aeroplane, and in that is ship to reach there. Now, the first aspect here is about the Gondwana, a giant southern supercontinent. Gondwana did indeed exist of 650 million years ago. It centered roughly around present day of Antarctica. Human beings hadn't arrived to the global scene, and the climate at first at that time was much warmer. It sported a huge variety of flora and the fauna. When the dinosaurs became totally distinct, extinct, and age of mammals began, and the land mass was forced to separate into the countries as they exist today. So this is the description about the Antarctica, the Gondwana, which existed and which has there was a much warmer now, and flora and fauna existed, and it is before, that is when the dinosaurs became totally extinct. And now next is study of Antarctica. The purpose to visit was to know about the Antarctica. It is to understand the significance of Cordilleran folds and Precambrian granite shields, ozone and the carbon evolutions and extensions. 90% of the Earth's total ice volumes are stored in Antarctica, and icebergs as well as the countries. Days go on and go in 24 hours and off Australia austral summer lights. So it's a description about the days, that how for 24 hours the days goes on and on in 24 hours, and Antarctica is a place where there are the big icebergs, and the ice volume is stored over there, and the condition could be well studied from there. This is what Tishani Doshi, she has referred in this chapter. Thank you for today.